What's going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV, back with another Arsenal therapy extra, people. I thought the 2-hour session that we did on Monday was enough, but damn, I'm back, people. We got to get another hour in here, people, because I need to talk. I got some things I need to get off my chest. It's slapping season, according to Will Smith, and I need to slap some sense into this Arsenal Football Club, man. First of all, good evening to everybody tuning in. Good afternoon and good morning to everybody, wherever you are in the world. A good evening for Unai Emery, that is for sure, people, as he marches the Yellow Submarines into the Champions League semi-final, beating the team that, let's face it, we were their whipping boys for about 3 or 4 years, Bayern Munich, and heading into a Champions League semi-final. Let me go into Granit Xhaka mode, people, or Sambi Lokonga mode, or Alexander Lacazette mode, or as we called him yesterday, Homer Zet, as he seems to like donuts, but he doesn't like scoring goals. So let's get into that. And listen, we're back, people. Lots to talk about. I mean, I'm not being funny. To everybody else, outside of the Arsenal fan base, yesterday was quite simply Tuesday. It was a Tuesday evening. Tuesday evening, nothing special. I think EastEnders was on. Nothing major. But to me as an Arsenal fan, I saw things on the TV screen that no Arsenal fan truly wants to see. I saw Chelsea take a 3-goal lead in the Bernabeu. They didn't win in the end, overall. But they go to Madrid and score 3 goals. Could Arsenal go to Madrid and score 3 goals? I don't think we could. It would be a free hit. I then turn over the other channel, and I see Unai Emery go into a Champions League semi-final with Francis Coquelin and Etienne Capoue in midfield. Truly something that no Arsenal fan should ever have to see. I even seen Dani Ceballos come on in a Champions League quarter-final with the slick hair, spinning around like Beyblade, hugging his teammates Benzema and Modric as they head off to a Champions League semi-final. While Arsenal, on the other hand, we're figuring out who to play left-back against Southampton, who just lost 6-0, and wondering whether we can actually beat the team that just lost 6-0 against Chelsea. Arsenal Therapy Extra is about to begin, people. 2 hours was nowhere near enough. I may start doing overnights, people. This might turn into rehab. We may have to sleep overnight and do night shifts, because this is crazy what's going off at this football club. Big up to each and every one of you in the chat for tuning in. Hope you are well. Andrew said, big up Curtis Lacazette mode. Leon said, your tweet yesterday got a lot of people mad, but hey, it had to be said. Listen, somebody had to say it. If I got to be the leader, I'll be the leader, people. So basically the tweet was, Unai Emery beats Bayern Munich. Mikel Arteta loses to Brighton. Good night. What's wrong with that? But you know, the Arsenal fan base, they're not ones to... They haven't got the best sense of humour at times, the Arsenal fan base. So 1 or 2 people were triggered by that tweet. I don't know why. I don't see anything wrong with it personally, but hey, it is what it is. And I will talk about that tweet shortly. Broad said, for the 100th time, guys, sign Jarrod Bowen. I'm convinced that Broads is getting some sort of commission on Jarrod Bowen, because he's pushing this one heavily. Big up Broads, though. Tyson said, yo, see, picture Emery winning the Champions League in the year Arteta promised Willian. You can't hide this. You just can't, people. You just can't. Listen, even him reaching the semi-final is enough, people. The man's beat Juventus 3-0 in Turin and then beat Bayern Munich over 2 legs. Like, we got casual 5-1s against Bayern Munich every time we played them. Leod said, Cruz said, Dad, I'm hungry. Big C, not now, Cruz. I'm doing Arsenal Therapy Extra. Oh, man, he's out today. Big up Cruz, man. Cody Mystify, LOL, tug them heartstrings with that tweet. It's true, though. Listen, you know me, people. I don't care what little nerds want to say back on social media. I don't care. I don't care. I taught the things, people. If you don't like it, unfollow. That's what I tell these people. So one of the comebacks, let me just defend my tweet, because one of the comebacks that I got yesterday was, oh, but you wanted Emery to leave Arsenal. So why are you now tweeting that Emery is better than Arteta? So I'm going to respond to that now, because I didn't bother responding on Twitter, because that is just a cesspit of social media. So I'll give you my response now. Number 1, I have never, ever said that Arteta is a better manager than him, because he's not. Emery is head and shoulders above Arteta as a manager. That's number one. Number two, Unai Emery was not backed sufficiently by Arsenal Football Club. So we never got the best of Unai Emery, right? We never got the best of him. This man turned round to the Arsenal board after the first season and said, I want Nkunku. He was available for 12 million. He's now worth 50 million, one of the highest goal-scoring midfielders in Europe. Didn't get him. He asked for Fabinho, probably along with Rodri, the best defensive midfielder in the Premier League. He didn't get him. He asked for Wilfried Zaha, who's got 11 goals this season, who's would be Arsenal top scorer, considering our top scorer's got 9. They gave him Nicolas Pepe. That's like the B-Tech Zaha. So he never got him. So the players this man wanted, you never gave him. You gave him Dani Ceballos, Lucas Torreira and Nicolas Pepe instead of Nkunku, Fabinho and Wilfried Zaha. So if you'd have backed this guy properly, we would have probably got the best out of Unai Emery, and I would have probably wanted him to stay at the football club. But under the circumstances he was working with, it didn't work, and I think it was best for everyone that he left. But let me tell you something, he's a far better manager than the guy who's in charge now. Did Wenger ever beat Bayern in the Champions League knockout stage? I'm not sure, I'm not sure. Let us know, people, if he did. And remember, Unai Emery was also called head coach. Mikel Arteta's called the manager. So they're actually backing a guy that's never been a manager over a guy that's won 4 Europa Leagues. Somebody make that make sense, people, because that doesn't make sense to me. If they'd have backed him properly, I think we'd have seen the best of him. But we didn't back him properly, so we didn't see the best of him. And like people are saying, he brought Guendouzi, he brought Martinelli, he brought Kieran Tierney, he promoted Smith Rowe, he promoted Saka. You have to give this guy some credit. You have to give him some credit. So, yeah, a lot of people were triggered. Oh, how dare you mention Unai Emery? But, hey, it is what it is, people. Facts only. Buenos Aires Guna said, warning, 18 plus. Dr. Shaw will provide us with a daily dose of hardcore facts, not for the sensitive or easily triggered. Bless up, bro. Big up your damn self. And, yeah, like I said, people, we're only talking the facts here if we can. That is for damn sure. Big up Buenos Aires Guna. Econ Wizard said, yo, what's good, Big C? Big up yourself. Big up, bro. Big up all the Twitch gang tuned in as well. Big up everyone watching on YouTube. Really appreciate your support as always. Zaneid said, been missing the streams, having to tune in from work. Big up Big CO. Paul as well, bruv. Let's see. It don't make sense, Curtis. I'm telling you. Pep pulled a fast one on Arsenal. And the main Anon said, my only real issue with Emery was that he was not a fluent English speaker. That's a tough gig to make work. Maybe he'd have been better off just speaking Spanish until he really figured out English better. But listen, you have to respect the man for trying to speak a language that he's not fluent in. Listen, I haven't learned another language fluently, so I'm sure it isn't an easy thing to do for anybody, if I'm being honest. Nima said, should we bring back Emery? No, we can't bring him back. The club mistreated him. It's not going to work. And look, the man's in the Champions League semi-final. Why would he want to come back? Emmanuel said, can I subscribe for a 3-month Arsenal therapy? Any discount? Listen, we're all going to need it, people, if Tottenham get in the Champions League. We'll be doing rehab all summer. Rihanna business, people. Sakin said, Big C, have you seen this? Arsenal are 69th out of 98 teams in the top 5 European leagues in 2022 for big chances created with 17. Spurs are second with 46. Sofa scores Twitter. What can I say? What can I actually say about that? I don't know what to say about that. There's nothing I can say. The facts don't lie, and the facts are there in black and white, or in green, as you could see it there. But hey, it is what it is. Bielsa spoke 0 English, yet got Leeds to the Prem and was balling out. Yeah, exactly, man, Curtis speaks no English, straight patois. Big up Yardman Broads, man. Country brother, country brother. Now, I respect the country, I can't lie. Broads is a bad man still. He's out there with the goats and everything. He's a bad man. I respect it, man. I like that country life as I get older. Pang said, shout out Curtis Shaw TV. Hidden Diss Track 41 featuring Arteta transmit. L. Dot said, let me not lie, though. In the responses were funny. The people started screenshotting your old tweets saying Unai needs to be sacked. Listen, you know me, people. I stand behind any tweet or anything that I say. Unai was a good manager. Unai was better than Arteta. It didn't work for him because the club didn't back him properly. But I respect it. People were searching back 2 years through the tweets, people, man. I mean, surely do something else, man. Watch Top Boy. Cook some dinner. Take your missus out for dinner. You've been in a pandemic. But they want to search tweets 2 years ago. Well done. Well done, fella. But hey, we move, people. We move. Let's get into it. I caused that meltdown on purpose. Sometimes I just like to, have a laugh with Twitter. Just throw a tweet out there and then go to bed and see what's happened in the morning, I could delete them tweets, but I don't want to. I leave them there because I stand by them. But it is what it is. Man said C caused a meltdown. Right, let's go, people. Let's go. We're about to break Arsenal down a little bit more today because I'm fuming. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm struggling to get over what's happened in the last week. Going to Crystal Palace and getting slapped all over the place like Chris Rock is one thing. By former legend Patrick Vieira, getting bullied on a Monday night after a 2-week international break. That's one thing. That triggers me a little bit. Then we lose at home to Brighton. The easiest team to beat in the Premier League right now. 1 goal in 7. No win in 7. They come and look like prime Barcelona. Boppers all over the place. Score 2 of the best goals you've seen at the Emirates for a while. That's bad enough. Thomas Partey gets injured, despite being fatigued from international duty. And Kieran Tierney sent on international duty for Scotland, despite the fact he's been nursing a knee injury for weeks. And Arteta allows him to play 2 games for Scotland, consequently ruling him out for the season. Then on top of that, Unai makes a Champions League semi-final with Francis Coquelin. And Chelsea score 3 goals in the Bernabeu. The only good thing for me, no disrespect to Chelsea fans, Benzema and Luka Modric stopped you from progressing. By the way, Luka Modric, that is the best pass I have seen this season. That is football beauty in its purest art form, that pass. Some people, you go and try that pass, you might kick the floor, you might break your ankle. It is absolute beauty from Luka Modric. And Benzi, they go marching on anyway, people. Forget about that. Jashar said, big up Curtis. Even the season when Emery got sacked, he probably would have still got us past Olympiacos in the Europa League. 100%. 100%. Big up Jashar. Hope you're well, bro. But let's move on. Cluckenbell said, all these opinions, see, but you can't even name City's assistant coach. I had to say it, man. I think that interview got 100,000 views on AFTV. They didn't know who he is. I'm going to speak today. I'm going to start off with our favourite Arsenal midfielder. An all-time favourite of the Arsenal fans. No, it ain't Patrick Vieira. No, it's not Cesc Fabregas. No, it's not even Gilberto Silva. It's that man Granit. It's our favourite. The guy who's had more bookings probably than any other Arsenal player in the history of the club. But he's come out swinging. Abhinav said, Curtis, give me your honest answer. Do we deserve to go through? I would say no. And I tell you why. Because you dominated the game. You were the better team, Chelsea. You were the better team. And when you're the better team, you have to take advantage of being the better team. And you allowed them back into the game. At 3-0, only one team should have been going through, and that is Chelsea. You conceded 2, so ultimately you didn't deserve to go through. And I know that sounds very harsh. Were you the better team? Yes. Did you deserve to go through? Ultimately not, because you didn't go through. But you were the better team. That's how I would put it. Let's speak about Granit. You lot are going to need... You thought Mikel Arteta spoke waffle. This guy's going to a whole new level. I'm going to slow the chat down because the comments are flying in. You're going to be losing your mind when you hear what this guy's saying. Don't get me wrong, he speaks some truth. But some of the stuff he's saying, wow. Absolute wow. Now, if anybody hasn't seen it, he's got an interview out. And apparently it's like a short documentary coming out about his time at Arsenal. Yeah, I can't wait to watch that. About Granit Xhaka's time at Arsenal. But these are some of the quotes that he's put out. And they get crazier as we go on, by the way. So we start off with, he said, I have to be honest about that. I'm an emotional guy. To feel that level of hatred and disrespect, I wouldn't want it for my worst enemy. Still to this day, if we have lost, I hate walking those last meters to the tunnel because I still recognize the faces. The same people are sitting there. What a start. He's come out absolutely swinging. This is just the start, people. Man said, I still see them same faces Sitting next to that tunnel, them same people who booed him off. Remember, as he threw the armband on the floor, told the fans to F off. And he's fuming at them faces that he sees as he walks off the pitch. This apparently is supposed to warm him to us. We're meant to watch this interview and read this interview and go, oh man, I love this guy. I'm going to support him till the end. So he's come out swinging. He's give us a little jab on the nose. Listen, I am going to watch the full interview because, listen, let me just be honest. You don't get the full perspective when you just read quotes. I understand that. He's obviously a very passionate man. I'm sure he breaks it down into context. But I can only go off what I'm reading. I haven't got time today to go through a 27-minute interview. So go and check it out afterwards. So he starts off with that. Basically, he don't like the ugly faces that he has to see as he walks off the pitch after a defeat. So you guys sitting next to the tunnel, you need to sort yourselves out because he thinks you look a mess. Anyway, let's move. He then says, it just gets crazier from here, by the way. Latte, big up your damn self, bro. Said, Big C taught the things. Much respect, bro. Always speaking facts. I'm fuming. Some of our deluded fans need a reality check. And who made that song for Arteta has to be locked up. Mikel Arteta, man. He knows exactly what we need, apparently. Xhaka at the back. Eddie in attack. We're on our way to Conference League. I've remixed it. But hey, we move, people. Latte, big up your damn self. He says, I can't pretend that my relationship with the fans will ever be the same because that moment will always be in my heart. It's like broken glass, you know. You can piece it together, but the cracks will always be there. Ah, dear. So we broke your heart. I tell you what broke my heart, mate. Do you know what broke my heart? It broke my heart the day I saw N'Golo Kante sign for Chelsea, despite being in talks with Arsenal, and we ended up with this fraud at Arsenal. That broke my heart. And I tell you what, you can't even glue this glass back together because we've lost a lot of the pieces. You can't even glue this one back together, brethren. Now, I'm not being funny, bro. I'm not being funny. This is not going to make Arsenal fans take to you anymore, bro. You're giving us backhanded compliments. When we haven't failed you, you've failed us. Now, let me say something. He was abused on social media and people were talking about his family and stuff like that. I do not condone that for 1 second. That is scumbag behavior. No chance do I ever condone that. But the criticism he receives on the football pitch for poor performances for 5 years, over 60 yellow cards and 6 reds, I'm sorry, my friend, you don't come out talking like this. You get your head down, focus on football. That's the only way you can convince us. Apart from that, all of this goes over my head because you're not good enough to play for Arsenal. I don't care if he's in good form. I don't care if he's got a good partnership with Thomas Partey. You are not good enough to play for Arsenal. And I'll leave it at that. I can't believe the nerve of this guy. I'm telling you, I can't believe it. I'll be back when you finish talking about Granit Xhaka, said Josh. Bro, I can't believe the nerve of this guy. And like I said, people, I want to make it clear. I want to make it clear. Anybody that criticised this guy's family or said anything personal about him, I completely stand against that and condone that is scummy behaviour. And that is not Arsenal. But the criticism of him as a footballer, he has to take that and he has to stand up and hold himself accountable. This is what I'm talking about, PR at Arsenal. Everybody's talking. Everyone's talking. How about playing? How about going on the pitch and putting in a performance? Shambles. Absolute shambles. Shambles of a comment from Granit Xhaka. I'm sorry. Let's go. This one made me laugh. I can't lie. I'm sorry. I'm a bit out of order for this, but right. Granit said, I think some people don't even watch the game before they criticise us. There was a match that we lost at home and I was injured. So I watched it from a box. I was getting messages saying, you were shit today. Now, I'm sorry, man. The man never even played the game. I don't like swearing. I'm only saying it because he put it there. Man, I'm messaging him saying... Man's like, bro, I'm injured. I'm sitting in the stands. Man said, nah, man, I don't care. You would... Nah, Granit, man, I can't lie. Granit, man, you just go and be with Mourinho, bro. Go and be with Jose. Make yourself happy, man. This ain't for you no more. This ain't for you no more, bro. Oh, man. He probably was terrible. Look at the way he was sitting on that chair. He two-footed the chair as he sat down on it, probably. Granit, I'm sorry, man. This one made me laugh. This one made me laugh. But, listen. What I would say to Granit, if you feel this strongly about Arsenal and you feel like you're being targeted, victimised, then move on. That's the reality, bro. Because the fans aren't going to back him until they see performances. Now, let me not cap. Granit hasn't been terrible this season for him. He's been all right for him. But it's not good enough for Arsenal. It won't get us top 4. We're not going to achieve anything special with Granit Xhaka in centre mid. Broad said, when he says people don't watch the game, I think it's because Henry turns the TV off. Exactly. And you know what? Ben White wouldn't have watched it either, mate, because he don't watch football. If you handle the heat, get out of the kitchen. Exactly. Exactly. Xhaka masterclass soon, said Mohamed El Neni. As a great man once said, it's time to go. God rest Claude, man. He knew, man. This brother. Xhaka has and never will be good enough for us. No chance. Should have gone to Mourinho last year. He spent all summer flirting with him. Andrew said the Bovril outpaced him and the meat pie megged him. Kush said, I am hearing something about Morata. In my opinion, he is better than Lacazette. Listen, let's not go down that road. That has to be paper talk. Right, so apparently he's terrible even when he doesn't play. And to finish it off, we've got one more to finish with. He finishes off with this. If I am late in a tackle, it's because I'm fighting for Arsenal. If I lose my temper, it's because I care. Sometimes, maybe I care too much. "63 yellow cards, 6 red cards. But it's because he cares. He cares, people. He cares. You know, he two-footed him because he cared. He kicked him in the chest because he cared. Maybe he threw the armband on the floor because he cared so much about the armband. Oh, my God, I care about this so much. Just get it away from me. Come on, Granit, please. Just do the talking on the pitch, bro. This ain't the way. This ain't the way, man. Maybe you do care too much. Maybe you care so much that you should actually go and play for someone else. No disrespect, bro. It ain't happening at Arsenal right now. Ain't happening. Unbelievable. These comments for me are absolutely outrageous. So basically, so what are we supposed to do every time he gets sent off? Go, you know what? You cost us the game at Anfield. But you care, so I'll accept it. Maybe you even care too much. The penalty you gave away against Man City, it's because you cared. You cared so much that you had to wrestle someone to the floor. HK said, what I said to my ex, I'm breaking up with you because I care. I mean, Granit, he went beyond waffles, I'm telling you. He went beyond. That is beyond Mikel Arteta. That is beyond. I thought Mikel Arteta waffled, but damn. He went to whole new levels with that one. Do you know what? I'm going to watch the full interview. I'm going to watch the full interview because I do think it is fair. Do you know what? I've got one more quote for you that I didn't have on a picture. This one just finishes me off. This one just ends it all for me. Let me share the screen because this one just goes to a whole new level. Right? Last one. This one for me is just... He finishes off with... I will give everything as long as I'm at this football club. I can assure you that. I didn't sign a new contract to enjoy my time here, and that's it. I mean, I understand that because I'm not enjoying your time here either. I'm going to be real. He said, I want to achieve something with this club, something special, and I won't leave until that happens. So basically... So basically, he's never leaving because you ain't going to achieve nothing special with you in midfield, bro. I tell you that. Oh, my days. So he's basically done a Leonardo DiCaprio on us, people. I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. I should end the stream at this point and just call it a day. Call it a day. I mean, he's basically just confirmed his retirement at Arsenal. He won't leave until he achieves something special. He even finishes off by saying, and I won't leave until that happens. Arsenal fans, we're suffering right now. I'm telling you, we're going through it. I may have to do this interview on Twitch tomorrow and we'll play the interview. Maybe I'll do that on Twitch tomorrow and we'll play it. Osrich said, Maldini said if he had to make a tackle, he's already made a mistake. Guy plays 90 minutes and doesn't make a tackle. Come on, Xhaka. It's because he cares, though. It's because he cares. He two-foots people because he cares so much. Ollie said, I'm on my knees, Xhaka. Leave. He's leaving in 2028. We're stuck with this fool. Why did they give him a new contract? He's going to have a testimonial at Arsenal, I'm telling you. He's going to end up with a testimonial, 10 years at the club. Curtis, your thoughts on Arsenal club photographer saying Arteta needs 5 to 7 years to rebuild the club. What is he smoking? I mean, no disrespect, yeah. No disrespect. I mean, am I going to listen to the photographer of a football club? No disrespect. You take pictures. I'm sure you're no football expert. And number 2, 5 to 7 years. I mean, do me a favour. Do me a favour. Seriously, bro. I ain't sitting for 5 years to watch a man rebuild a club. It just doesn't happen. It's not realistic. Granit DiCaprio, people. Granit DiCaprio. The Wolf of Wall Street. Granit DiCaprio. New movie in stores now. He's not leaving. Gio, big up yourself, bro. Hope you're well. He said, keep up the great work, Curtis. Good evening to Mesut Ozil, who is laughing now. Ozil is nowhere to be heard of, and Emery is getting his respect. Emery deserves it, man. Sally said the photographer should stay behind the camera. Do you know what I mean? No disrespect, bro. Take the pictures and relax. Don't tell us how long we should wait. You know, stop the cap. Andrew said, I bet the club approved this interview because they are trying to make him captain again, even though he's banked. Do you know what? You make a brilliant point there. You make a brilliant point. Because everyone's been saying, if Lacazette gets dropped, who's going to get the armband? It would have been Tierney, but Tierney's injured. So what would Arsenal do? Peddle out an interview of Granit Xhaka and then drop the armband on him, expecting us to just accept it. I'm telling you, that's the kind of foolishness you're going to see. He said to make him captain again, even though he's bang average, wouldn't even make the bench in Chelsea and Real Madrid last night. No abuse, but get out. And listen, totally agree. And that's one thing I want to say. Nothing personal. Nothing personal. But as a player, come on. We can't keep putting up with this guy, Granit. What a way to start Arsenal therapy, people. Granit's telling us that the people next to the tunnel look ugly and he don't want to look at their face. He gets sent off because he cares and he won't leave until he achieves something special. Granit Xhaka confirms he retires at Arsenal Football Club. And you're right. Who just said it there? Let me get that. The club never even announced his contract on socials. I've missed that. I just missed that comment. Apologies. There we go. They put it in the program, the match day program, and just said, Granit Xhaka has signed a new contract with the club. What? So you was afraid to put that on socials because you knew about the backlash. It's crazy, people. But Granit, 4 more years, people. 4 more years of Granit. The Wolf of Waffle Street. The Wolf of Waffle Street, for real, man. But hey, let's move, people. Right, we've got a few bits to talk about today. I will be talking about the biggest fraud of all at Arsenal Football Club. That guy upstairs, Mr. Stanley Kroenke. I'm coming for him as well. I will be talking about the Waffle Man, Mr. Arteta. And Emery will leave. I think we've kind of touched on Emery already. Champions League, big up, all of that business. But right, bit of transfer news today surrounding Arsenal. This could be bad news for Arsenal, but hey, 1.7k in the chat. Amazing support. Big up everyone who's watching on Twitch. Make sure you follow on there. And obviously make sure you subscribe on this channel as well. We want to hit 50k. We'll do a big giveaway at 50k as well once we hit that. I think it's right I give something back to the community, you know. But let's talk about Gabriel Magalhães. And Barcelona are looking at him. I'm going to give you the full story here because I've got it here so I can give you a little bit more context. I want to know your opinion. Do you kind of think this is just paper talk, or do you think there could be something in this? Football Capo, big up yourself, bro. He said, I've said for time, Xhaka will be our Mark Noble. The difference is, bro, West Ham love Mark Noble. We don't love Granit Xhaka, but I hear what you're saying is that guy you just can't get rid of. First of all, and I'm sorry to do this, I've got a wicked sense of humour. It's probably out of order for me to do this, but I can't help it, so forgive me. How old is Gabriel? Because damn, is this what playing for Mikel Arteta does to a guy? I need to type in how old is Gabriel Magalhães, because boy, Gabriel, you got two options right now, bro. I'm going to give you your two options, Gabby, right? As a friend, right? He's 24 years of age. You got two options. Number one, you embrace your inner two-pack and lock all of that off, right? Lock it off. Go for the beard and bald head. It works nowadays, right? You can get away with that. You either embrace your inner two-pack and take all of that off, or you ask Rob Holding for the phone number of the guy that sorted him out in the summer. They're your two options, Gabby. But this can't run, brethren. This can't run. I can't lie. And I respect you. You know I'm a fan of Gabriel. But big man, you're in London. You know, fashion and the way you look and all of that. You're in the public eye. You're a Brazilian international. You can't go to the World Cup looking like you're advertising McDonald's. You know, you can't do that. I'm not going to allow that to happen. So, Gabby, 24 years of age, I'm giving you your two options. Either Brazilian two-pack, only God can judge me business, or ask Rob Holding for the phone number, bro, because that should not be happening. And I'm convinced that wasn't happening when we signed it. But anyway, we move. I'm sorry to do that to him, but I can't help it. I have to bring some laughter to the Arsenal therapy extra, what we're doing today. But damn, two-pack or the hair transplant, one of them. But hey, we leave it. We move, people. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done it. But hey, let me zoom out. I'm zoomed in. I'm killing him right now. Right. Why did I do that to him? I couldn't help it. It was just staring at me. I was like, I looked at it and I was thinking about chicken nuggets and a milkshake. Right, anyway, we move. Barcelona are interested in Arsenal centre-back Gabriel Magalhães and are ready to send one of Memphis Depay, Neto, or Ricky. I don't even know how you say this guy's second name. Puig? Pig? Yo, help me out. I'm butchering the guy's name. Puig or Pig? Surely. Pig? I don't know. I'm all over the place. But Ricky, anyway. We'll call him Ricky. Ricky Lake. Ricky Martin. Remember him? Old school 90s pop singer. Neto? No, mate. I don't think so. And Memphis Depay. I mean, geez, man. Anyway. Puig, apparently it is. I just called him a pig anyway, so I'm having a stinker. Yeah, I'm doing Dom Robbie. I have no idea how you say that guy's name. I've called him a pig, Puig. I'm all over the place. Pouch. You know what I mean? I don't know what we're calling him. Pooch. I'm all over the place, but you know what I'm talking about. We'll call him Ricky Lake. Remember Ricky Lake from the 90s? What a chat show that was, by the way. Ricky Lake. That's just reminded me of all the old chat shows. What was the other one, man? Jerry Springer. Oh, my days. Jerry. The stories were always so outrageous as well. It was like a woman. It was like, oh, which one of these 6 guys is the baby's dad? It was like, yo, 6? What's going on? But anyway, let's leave it. Ricky Lake, Jerry Springer. Damn, they don't make programs like they used to. But we move. I've just called him Ricky Pig anyway, so I've destroyed the guy's name. But anyway, they want Barcelona. They want... What? Jerry Springer passed away? I swear down, Hendon Guna, I never knew that. Jerry, you know, man, I'm sad now, man. What a guy he was. That's crazy. All we had in England was Jeremy Kyle, man. There was some, it just wasn't quite the same. But anyway, let me get back to business. I'm all Montel as well, you know. Maui, listen, I'm off topic. Barcelona want Gabriel. Now, I want you to let me know, is this paper talk, or do you think there could be something in this? Now, I've got the story in front of me here, and it says, according to The Sport, Barcelona have made Arsenal's Brazilian international, Gabriel Magalhães, a top priority for this summer as they seek a new left-sided centre-back. With Gerard Piqué reaching his mid-30s, Samuel Umtiti and Clement Lenglet are set to be sold this summer. They're 2 left-footed options. and they are seeking a new left-sided centre-back this summer. Do you think there's anything in this, or do you think it's paper talk? Let me know in the comments. People saying Jerry Springer isn't dead. What's going on, people? You're making me sad. Now people telling me the man's alive. Hendon Guna stitched me up. Andrew said they said why Wenger, Emery and Arteta always use Xhaka. I think the KSC is actually the one that is protecting Xhaka with the constant PR from the club. Tyson said he aerodynamically trimmed that for the headers. I mean, it hasn't helped him the last 2 games. People telling me Jerry Springer's dead. People upsetting me. Man saying he's alive now. He's alive! People can't be telling me that, man. I was upset for a second. Jerry. Come on, man. He's alive, people. Jerry's alive. You don't get this on any other channel. It's crazy, people. He's alive. Jerry lives on. People getting me, you know what I mean? I was all over the place then. Right, what I will say with this story. I said many times that there will be a stage where a big club comes in for Gabriel for a couple of reasons. Number one, he's a left-footed centre-back. People want left-footed centre-backs now. And number two, he plays for Brazil. And I'm not being funny. When you play for Brazil, you're just more hyped up, man. That famous jersey, man, it pushes you to the top. You know, you look at Rafinha, man plays for Leeds. He's being linked with Barcelona. Barcelona tried to buy Rafinha. Brazilian players, over the last decade or 2 decades, they always seem to have liked playing for Barcelona. They've always had Brazilians there. What I will say is this. Number one, could be paper talk. He's got 3 years left on his contract. So it's not easy for them to get him out of the club. And they would have to pay big money. The story says 35 to 40 million pound. No chance. I wouldn't even give you his right leg for that. We paid 50 million for Ben White. There's no way I'm letting a 24-year-old Brazilian international go to Barcelona for 40 mil. You got to turn up with 60, 70 mil just to have a convo. Having said that, I wouldn't let him go. Even if they turned up with 60 million, I wouldn't let him go. Because I think he'll get better and better. And we're building for the future. I know on one hand you could let him go and bring Saliba in, but I wouldn't. I'd keep him. I think he's a genuine top player for the future, although he's been poor the last 2 games. Chris said Aubameyang probably told Xavi Gabriel's the real deal. He'd look great in Spain, less physical, more time on the ball. He'd probably look even better over there, I can't lie. Chris said Dr. Shaw. Imagine if Son was Brazilian. Listen, I genuinely think if you play for certain countries, you're not promoted as much. I've got no doubt that if Son, Salah, players like that played for France, Brazil, Spain, Italy, they'd be rated as some of the very best in the world. I definitely think the country you play for affects the way you're viewed in world football. Mr. Analytical said, pin this comment, 1.7k watching the stream. Get the likes up to 1k before the stream ends. Support Big C. Let's keep expanding the community. Big up your damn self, bro. And listen, I really appreciate your support, man, as always. How do I actually pin it while I'm on here? Let me try and do that. Is it a star? Does that pin it? I'm not even sure. I think that's pinned it. Has that pinned it? Let me know, people. We can't wait to announce Mikel's new contract. Yeah, well, you know that's coming. You know that's on its way. Jake said, Curtis, Jerry Springer was born on a train in a tube station in London. Well, I thought he was, I thought he'd passed away about 5 minutes ago. Hendon Guna had us all panicking. You know what I mean? But he's alive, people. Ricky P. Witch. Oh, mate, I've called him Pig. I've called him Ricky Pig. It's too late. I can't get out of it. I've called him Ricky Pig. We're done. Oh, it's not Pig. I'll come back to it. I'll come back to it, people. Yeah, I've called him Ricky Pig, so it's way too late. We can't get out of it. Tucky said, Curtis, someone needs to tell Gabby that our photographer thinks in 5 to 7 years we will be cooking. Bro, he can't wait 5 to 7 years. The hairline's going to be gone in 5 to 7 years for him. So he hasn't got 5 to 7 years to wait. I can't lie, people. So, yeah, forget about that one. Pronounced Puig. No, listen, we got to leave it. I'm sure you lot are bantering me at this point as well. I've called him Pig, Puig, Pooch, everything. He's done. Ricky Pig. But yeah, listen, what do you think, people? Do you think this is paper talk, or do you think there's genuinely interest in Gabriel? I have to say, the 3 players they're talking about offering, I wouldn't want those guys anyway. Neto, we don't even need Neto. Memphis Depay, I mean, what does he want to come here for? The London grime scene. There's no point bringing him here. And Mr. Pig. I'm not sure we sign him either. Jordan said, Curtis, I've seen toxic positive fans saying we should get rid of him and keep Ben White. Yeah, good one. Good one on that one, mate. PG said, bro, I'm in tears. Southeast London Gooner said, paper talk. I hope so. I really hope it is paper talk. Because they're the teams that when they come knocking, it's very hard to say no. I would hate to see Barcelona make an offer for Gabriel because, his head might turn very quick. London Grime seen business, mate. Seen Memphis Depay with Stormzy in a record, bro. I'm telling you. But anyway, we move on from that one. Hopefully he's going nowhere. Hopefully we can keep him. People saying the sport isn't a reliable source anyway. NR11 said, Curtis, you have to watch Thomas Frank's episode of Tactical Masterclass. He breaks down how we beat Arsenal. That episode shows how other teams look at us. I might have a look at that, actually. I appreciate that. Arsenal therapy rehab if Arteta actually signs a new deal. It's going to happen. I'm already prepared for it anyway. So, yeah, that's going to... they'll drop that 2-year deal in the summer. Ricky Pig, Pepper and George's bastard brother. Ricky Pig. I'll put him in Peppa Pig, people, so I can never unsay it. I can't get out of it. I'm already there. Pager said, soon they will come for Saka if we don't get Champions League. Listen, we tried to do this before. Fabregas, Wilshere, all the youngsters. All it takes is one big club to say, right, we're cherry-picking that one, and that one comes out first of all. They came and said, right, it's time to take Cesc Fabregas home. And he went. Then Jack Wilshere got injured a lot, and then other things happen, and all of a sudden your process has fallen apart. The same thing will happen at Arsenal if we do not speed up the route to success. This is why, people, I'm so desperate for Arsenal to get in the top 4 this season. It only gets more difficult. It only gets more tough to give these players new contracts because they're going to say, I want even more money because I'm not sure if I want to stay here now. So these are the problems, people. These are the problems. Right, we're 45 minutes in. Big up everyone. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Follow me on Twitch as well. We are live on Twitch now. I don't know how many are watching now. In fact, there is something here. It lets you see both. Big up, nearly 100 on Twitch and 1,800 on here. So big up to everyone. I'm telling you, the vultures are circling. You look up above the Emirates now. You'll see Jurgen Klopp. You'll see Pep Guardiola. You'll see Xavi. You'll see Ancelotti. They're going, right. Because if you was in Barca's position or you was in Liverpool's or Man City and you say, okay, Sadio Mane, let's say Mane, they decide to move him on, or Mahrez, or I don't know, they don't sign Adama Traore on a permanent, and you say, all right, I need a winger. Who can I get from a club that seems a little bit vulnerable, that's not in the Champions League, where the player's not on massive wages? You would look at Gabriel Martinelli. He's in the Brazil squad. He's young. The way he presses would be perfect for Jurgen Klopp. He would probably want to go to Liverpool. He's only got 2 years left on his deal. His wages aren't that big. Clubs will feel like they can come to Arsenal and take our star youngsters. While we're not in the Champions League, while we're not performing at the highest level, we make ourselves vulnerable. And this is what I want. I want us to have that protection that the Champions League can give you. Javari said, just hopping on, bless up Big C. Much love as always to the community. Arsenal rehab the other day was pure class, Big C. Nothing but facts spoken as per usual. And you know what? I want people to understand one thing. I'm going on and on at the moment because the way things are unravelling at the moment, I have this feeling that we're going to end up missing out on Champions League, as a lot of Arsenal fans do. And seeing Tottenham get it would really hurt. I want Arsenal to push and try and demand more and get the best. A lot of our fans are in this belief that it's going to happen if we just wait, if we're patient. Football doesn't care about patience. Football is a here and now sport. Sometimes you get time. Arteta has had time. Most top clubs don't give managers as long as Arteta's had to build a football team. And then he's still saying, well, I need a striker. Well, I need a centre midfielder. I might need another winger if Pepe goes. How many managers go to clubs and get rid of the entire 11 and bring in their whole team? You don't get that. The process has to be accelerated when other teams fall down the ladder. They've done it this season and we still haven't taken advantage. So when will we manage to take advantage of it? And that is the difference. Tuki said, if I was a top player, I'd leave. You get one career. Yeah, is Martinelli going to trust Mikel Arteta with another 4 or 5 years on his contract? I don't know. Ronnie said Spurs have a manager, we don't. When he was available, a lot of Arsenal fans said, forget about Conte, he wouldn't come to a team like Arsenal. Yet he ended up at Tottenham. How does that make sense? Clearly, we could have got him. We just weren't ambitious enough to get him. Andrew, thank you for your super chat. Said, that's why I want Xhaka to leave, because Martinelli wouldn't want to play with average players like him. Curtis, you are one of only few fans who haven't sold out in social media. It's sad. Do you know what, right? I'm going to say something now, and I've got to make slow mode even slower because the comments are absolutely flying in. Thank you very much for everyone tuning in. And I've said this before. Within the Arsenal fan base now, and I'm not going to name names because, you know, I don't want to fire at people like that, but if you go on social media, there's certain fans that they follow a certain narrative because that's the way that everyone is going at the moment. Everybody went a certain way under Arsene Wenger. Wenger out was cool, even though he was a legend of the football club, because people got numbers and traction. And now it's popular to back Arteta because people want to get sponsorship deals. People want to get on Sky Sports. People want to get a job at Arsenal. People want to be journalists. And they feel like they can't say things that go against the football club because they think it's going to hold them back in their careers. This is the reality, people. I said it before. There are 2 people I know, who I'll never name, who told me face to face they don't rate Mikel Arteta. Yet these guys are on Twitter capping for him. Why? Because they want to look a certain way. They think they can't say their truth and still build up what they're trying to do in social media. Me, I'm one of these people. I'm going to say what I think. If it works, then great. If it doesn't, at least I've been myself. You know what I mean? The worst thing you can do in life is try and be something you're not and fail. Because why would you do that? You might as well be yourself, and if it works, jackpot. I've look at the things I say on social media. You'd think people wouldn't go near me. I've been on Sky. I've been on TalkSport. I won an award. We got a great community here. Just speaking your truth so you can be yourself. But a lot of these people don't think you can. And that is the problem, people. This is the problem. And until that changes, you won't see no change at this football club, I'm afraid. Chris said yesterday highlighted how far we are behind. I hope we lose all our games if it means the coach is gone at the end of the year. Said hashtag Ivan Toney. I mean, listen, I can understand your frustration. I don't want Arsenal to lose, I can't lie. But I can understand. I would like to see a change in the whole football club and the mentality. The mentality of this football club is just crazy. We've turned into a business. Nah, listen, I ain't going to start naming names, you know. I miss Latte's super chat. Apologies, bro. Said either Barca swap Pedri or Gavi for Gabriel or they forget about it. Apologies for that, Latte, bro. I didn't even see it. The comments are flying in. I can't even keep up with them. But thank you for putting that in there. But I'm telling you, I'll talk the things. I'm telling you, even if it means I get heat on social media, I will talk it. Because something has to change at this football club. And that is the reality, people. There are a lot of people on social media who've got tactics. They got tactics, you know. Oh, I better not say that because that'll trigger. Nah, man. Say what you feel, man. That's what social media was for. DJ Sweet said, Curtis, that speech was like a dub plate. Pull up that blood clot. Yeah, pull it. Imran said, yes, Curtis, please continue to speak the truth. Listen, you won't be popular with everyone, but at least you'll be yourself, people. That's all I can say. And it is what it is. And Chris Clark, yeah, listen, I didn't even speak on your super chat enough. But yesterday was painful for me. I was doing a super chat. I was doing a watch along yesterday. And I'm looking at Chelsea with pure envy. I'm watching Chelsea with pure envy, people. 3-0 up in the Bernabeu with everything that's going off the pitch. 3-0 up, bopping Real Madrid. And I'm just like, wow. 3 days ago, I was watching Brighton bop the team that I support. And I'm watching Chelsea bop Real Madrid in the Bernabeu. I remember watching us bop them 15, 16 years ago. Thierry Henry, 1-0 in the Bernabeu. Now I'm watching Chelsea destroy them 3-0. Now, obviously, in the end, it didn't turn out. Benzi, Modric, they took it away from them. But, man, the things that were happening, how can that not affect you as an Arsenal fan? How can you not look at these things and think, what's going off with my club? What is my club doing? All we got is training kits and an Amazon documentary. That's all we've got. That's all we got. I was listening to Fran's stream earlier and he said something. He said, we don't have a superstar at Arsenal. You know, I actually get my kids' Arsenal kits and I don't even put a name on the back of them because they're not really into any Arsenal player that much. Who's the superstar at Arsenal? I got that Arsenal shirt earlier in the season with free printing on the back and didn't put a name on the back. I said, you know what? I don't even like any player that much to walk around with his name on the back of my shirt. They were like, what? It's free, though. I said, I don't want it. Looking back, I should have actually got one of the History Channel. I should have put one of these two on the back. Emery or Bergkamp. But, I mean, Saka is a star, but he's a young star. You know, he ain't there yet. I ain't going to put him on the back of the shirt. And then he said, put me on the back. And we play Chelsea next Wednesday, people. I can't lie. Man be putting Emery on a 2021 shirt. What choice do I have? I might as well put Ian Wright, number 8, on the back. Yeah, Xhaka, I mean, boy, I ain't putting that. Right, anyway, let's talk about the biggest fraud at Arsenal Football Club. You're probably wondering which one am I talking about. I'm talking about the biggest fraud of them all. Stanley. Let's talk about Stanley, people. Because this guy ain't getting away with it either. I know I've got a lot of energy towards Mikel Arteta, but I want this guy to get it as well. Let's talk about this guy. And an article here. Enos. Let's talk about him. Look at this story here, people. And I need to break this down just briefly. It's coming out of the press, but I buy into this. Arsenal beating Manchester United and Spurs to the Champions League would hit Stan Kroenke in the pocket. That's the headline. Let me break this down for you, people. And this makes sense, by the way, when you listen to this. Let's get into this. And this makes a heck of a lot of sense for me. Let me scroll down. Oh, what's going on here? I need ad blocker. They're doing me in. UK weather. Britain is braced for scorching 21 Celsius. Yeah, right. That's they say that every other week, people, and somehow it still ends up raining anyway. How do I close that down, man? They're killing me. All right, get this off. We don't care about the heat wave. 21 Celsius. Not exactly that hot, is it? Man's a Caribbean man, about 21 Celsius. Right, Arsenal owner Stan Kroenke might end up ruining the cost of a return to the Champions League if they finish 4th this season. Mikel Arteta has given his side the best chance of finishing in the top 4. I don't think it's that good a chance, people. I don't think, after last week. Let me continue. Look at these frauds here, by the way. Look at this. Arsenal announced 107.3 million hit as unclear agreement may spend trouble. Arsenal owner Stan Kroenke to aid Edu with significant summer outlay. Look at the two stories completely contradict each other. Under Arteta looking at Dane. Let me find the bit that I want to show you. It bodes well for Arsenal. I want to show you this bit. Right, here we go. This is the bit. This tells you everything about this guy, and I believe this. I don't often believe everything that I read in the papers, but I'm getting into this. Big up Egal, man. Big up Curtis, hope you're well, bro. Big up, bro. Keep doing your thing, man. And check this then. According to the Daily Mail, there are several contracts at the Emirates that include hefty bonuses should Arsenal finish in the top 4. Many stars have clauses that mean they are entitled to nearly £500,000 lump sums by qualifying for the Champions League. Nearly £500,000 up front, people. Not no Klarna business. This is straight up. Doing so will also see their weekly wages balloon while being in the European competition would be a huge financial help to Arsenal. They then go on to say, qualification can be worth up to 50 million, but it would appear that much of that money would go straight to the players. There we go. And I'm telling you now, I buy into this. I think there's a lot of truth in this. Now, If we get in the Champions League and get 50 million and he has to give the players massive pay rises, £500,000 bonuses, Stan doesn't get none of that 50 million in his pocket. If we get in the Europa League where they say you get around 20 million, no bonuses, no big pay rises, Stan gets 20 million in his back pocket. He wins, we win, he keeps it moving. Makes perfect sense. Why would he want Champions League when he don't get no money out of it? He would have probably given contracts to your Sakas, to your Martinellis, to your Partey's that, oh, if we get in the Champions League, I'll give you 500 grand in a lump sum and your wage will go from 100 grand to 150 grand. They're probably bonuses that he never thought we would reach in any quick period of time. Clubs often do that. You know, they'll go, oh, if you get 30 goals this season, we'll give you this. But in reality, they know you're probably going to get 15 to 20 goals. They give you unrealistic bonuses. This, for me, makes a lot of sense. What have we said the whole time? Edu said there was no targets. Why? Because he didn't want Champions League. Why did they not buy a striker in January? Because he didn't want Champions League. Why did they let 6 players go in January? Because he didn't want it. He wanted to save wages, get more money in his pocket, get in the Europa League, and get that money in his pocket rather than in the player's pocket. Arsenal business, Arsenal PR, Arsenal Limited. The reason they love Arteta is because he makes the club money. He's not going to bring success to the football club. He's not going to win the title. He's not going to win the Champions League. He's going to make Stan Kroenke more and more cash. That's why they'll give him a 2-year contract this summer. That's why they will celebrate if we get Europa League. He doesn't have to spend big on the squad because you can get through the Europa League group stage with young players, with squad players. You're not playing against great teams. He won't have to buy top players and we'll keep it going for another year. Trust the process. Young players FC, blah, blah, blah. It's all money, people. Kevin Campbell says it's the players, Curtis. Kev, it's the money, Kev. It's all about the money. This guy is manipulating this whole football club from the top all the way down. All the way down. While he wins the Super Bowl. He's winning the Super Bowl. We can't even beat Brighton, who've got a Pebble Beach. It's there, people. It's in black and white. Not everybody wants to hear it, but this is facts. Our owner is the biggest problem at this football club. I have to big up Turkish. I must say it. I'm going to big up Turkish right now because that brother talks about this guy in nearly every interview. And our fan base are not on this guy's neck. Even me. I'm on Arteta most of the time because the reason I go for Arteta more than Stan is because I look at the Liverpool owners. I don't think the Liverpool owners are much better than the Kroenkes. But because they've got an elite manager, they've figured out a way to make it work. They don't invest that much money into Liverpool. Their biggest signings came from selling Philip Coutinho and getting Van Dijk and Alisson. And your boy Klopp made it work. So I still think that Arsenal could be successful to a certain point with an elite manager, even with the Kroenkes. However, I don't think you will ever see Arsenal win the Premier League with the Kroenkes, you know. Because even Daniel Levy at Tottenham, a lot of Tottenham fans can't stand that guy. But you've seen he's brought in Conte, all of a sudden, top four's there. What they probably can't do is go to that next level and go and win the title with them kind of owners. So we got to look at the bigger picture, people. 2,000 of you in the chat, and I appreciate all the support. We have to figure out a way to turn this football club around. Listen, I respect everybody that supports the club. There's a lot of people who message me who say, listen, man, I'm backing Arteta. I'm backing Arteta. Don't get it twisted. When we do the watch along Saturday, I'm there. I'm tense. I'm with you. I just don't think he's good enough. I think the evidence shows us that he's not quite good enough. Is he a good coach? Yeah, maybe he is a good coach. And you know what? If the guy gets a year, 2 years, somewhere, maybe in 2 years he becomes a good manager. But Arsenal don't have time to sit there and let Mikel Arteta become a manager while he's at Arsenal. We don't have time. We're not a project. We're not a process. We're a giant. But we're asleep and we need a big manager to wake us up. The reason Tottenham are in the top 4 is Antonio Conte. The reason Harry Kane probably won't leave Tottenham this summer is because of Conte. If Nuno was there, they wouldn't get 4th. Kane would probably leave this summer. They'd be in turmoil. They got that top manager. There's no coincidence the top 4 clubs in the Prem have the best 4 managers. Klopp, Pep, Tuchel, Conte. Top 4. Top 4 managers. You back those 4. How are we going to get near them? And if Ten Hag hits the ground running and Man United go and spend 200 million, that's another team we've got to overcome. This is the worst Man United I've seen probably in my entire life as a collective. Not as individuals, but as a collective. They're only going to get better from next season with that manager and with the backing. So we got to wake up, people. It's tough. It's tough. And I have to air these things because a lot of people don't talk about them. But the whole structure of the football club is wrong from the top down. Edu is not good enough to be in that role at Arsenal. He doesn't have the connections. He doesn't have the know-how. That's why he lets Guendouzi go for 9 million. That's why he's paying 7 million for Aubameyang to go. That's why he's getting 3 million for Mavropanos, who could go to Dortmund for 17 million. He's not good enough at his job either. So, but listen, big up to the 2K in the chat. Really appreciate the support. Big up Latte, who said, thank you. That was the meeting they had in Denver. They are frauds. Kroenke out. What did they spin us in the media? They span us in the media in January. Arteta's flown to America to get 75 million to sign Isaac. He was in America discussing his new contract and they didn't sign anyone. But they fed the PR out. What they did, they dangled the carrot at the start of January and said, listen, what we don't want to do is wind up Arsenal fans in January by telling them we're not going to sign anyone. So what we'll do, we'll chase after Vlahovic all summer, all January, knowing we won't get him. We'll tell them we offered 70 million. That'll calm them all down until the summer. The PR of this club is unreal. Igal said, I think we would be worse off in the summer rebuild if we sacked him. And another thing I have to say, and again, I respect everyone's opinions. Everyone's entitled to them. When you change managers, you don't necessarily have to rebuild. Everyone says, oh yeah, but we'd have to rebuild. Sometimes you can get a manager that continues with what is being built, but takes it to that next level. I was saying this on the stream yesterday about Liverpool. Liverpool had Roy Hodgson, nowhere near good enough. They then brought in Brendan Rodgers. Brendan Rodgers was a very, very good coach, similar to what people would say about Mikel Arteta. Very, very good coach, but a lot of people questioned his man management. He put Liverpool on a bigger platform than Roy Hodgson. They started playing good football. Suarez, Sturridge, Sterling. I remember them ripping Arsenal apart, but they couldn't quite get across that finish line. He got them to a better position than Hodgson. Then Liverpool said, right, now is the time. He can't get us across that finish line. Let's get the elite manager, Klopp. Klopp continued it, got in his players, took them across the line. Champions League, Premier League, and League Cup, they're going to win more trophies again this year. So to me, if Arteta goes, it doesn't necessarily mean we've got to break everything down, start again, sell 10 players, buy 15. No, you don't have to do that. You get a manager that's on a similar kind of way of playing, but is a better manager who just needs 2 or 3 players and he can take it to that next level, or maybe 3 or 4 players. So it doesn't have to be a reboot. I think Arsenal fans, because we had Wenger for 22 years, it's made Arsenal fans scared of change. It's like, oh no, that's not the Arsenal way. We don't sack managers. Most of the best clubs in the world that have won the most trophies, they sack managers when the time is right. Mikel Arteta's had 2.5 seasons. Has he taken us forward that much? I don't feel like he has, if I'm being totally honest. But the reality is, I can sit here and talk all day. They won't sack him in the summer. They'll give him a new deal. And the process will continue, if I'm being totally honest. Learn on the job FC, to be honest. Work experience, placements all round. I'm telling you, just send in your CV. You know, say, yeah, I'm looking for, 2 years work experience. Can I be the Arsenal manager? 2K watching. Let's get this to 1K likes before the end of the stream. Lick down that like button, people. We're at about 500 likes. Come on, 2,000 of you in the chat. You're doing me dirty here. We can definitely hit 1,000 likes. And like I said, a couple people in the comments saying, who would you bring in? As I've said a few times, I like Roberto Mancini, Premier League winner, won the Euros, big name in football. I think he could get players in. Zidane, 4 Champions Leagues, 2 league titles, big name. I think that's a bit of a pipe dream. We'd struggle to get him, but I'd make him an offer. And obviously the outsider, as I said, would be Patrick Vieira. Vieira would be a risky appointment. But again, he's got more experience than Arteta, and he's a real legend of Arsenal. And I think the fans would really get behind Patrick Vieira. But that would be the riskier one. But he's still more experienced than Arteta. 2 years in America, 2 in France, and nearly 1 year at Palace. Get your comments in, people. We've been on for an hour and 6 before we round up. Drew said I'd take Vieira. What about Mourinho? They always come for me on that one. They always come for me. But listen, I stand by what I said at the time. He's a better manager than Mikel Arteta. And he definitely was at the time that I was saying it. Would he have been the right manager? We'll never know, people. We'll never know. Jimbo said, had to pause the stream due to a work meeting. Big up yourself, bro. Rockefeller said, I want Vieira. MD said, I don't know. I don't want Vieira's name tarnished. That's the only risk in it. Sharguna said, I'd take Mancini. I think he's a good manager. Chris said, as an Arsenal fan, will you fear United if they appoint Ten Hag? A managerial appointment does not bring fear to me at all. It just, I think he's a manager. I think he was the right manager for you to go for. Whether it works or not, time will tell, you know. Clement said Zidane won't come to Arsenal. He wants the PSG or the French national team job. Obviously, with the French job, they're not going to change until after the World Cup. PSG will probably get rid of Poch. So I think he ends up at PSG in the summer. McLovin, apparently I miss your super chat, bro. I'm just scrolling back through. I actually can't see it. So many comments. I'm on 30-second delay and still can't see it. Just put it in as a normal comment and I'll read it, bro. I genuinely can't see it. So apologies on that one. So many comments. HK said Vieira is the real deal. Ollie Gunnar is free. Yeah, mascot maybe. Bottle said sack him now. When a team like Arsenal get a manager, you should feel like you can win as the league, Curtis. You think Arteta can win as the league. And do you know what? That is a fantastic point. For me, whether you are Arteta, big fan of him, or you're not, do you believe Mikel Arteta, at some point in the future, can win the Premier League as Arsenal manager? Or do you believe he can win the Champions League? I don't think he can ever win any of those trophies or even get close. So in my opinion, he may have reached his ceiling at Arsenal. And for me, I think we need to get that bigger one. People forget that Zidane is Marseille bound. Oh yeah, so maybe he wouldn't take the PSG job. So maybe you could get him. Mr. Cool Bus said Luis Enrique. Remember, Newcastle will be a contender. Justin said building a team that can sustain top 4 consistently is more important than getting the Champions League, and next year our squad is too thin for top 4, get kicked out of the group stages. We are not that good. I hear you. Listen, we do need to be in the Champions League. It can't be a one-off. We have to establish ourselves in the competition. But again, can this manager do that? He's being outdone by Graham Potter and Patrick Vieira and Sean Dyche. What's he going to do when it's Ancelotti and Xavi and, these top managers? How's he going to deal with them? Mancini, Gallardo. Gallardo's a very good manager. I've seen Pep say a lot of good things about him. Gaultier as well. There are options out there. Big up Oracle with a super chat. Deshaun said, Curtis, get them badges and save this club. They wouldn't want me there, bro. I've said a little bit too much about them, I think. They wouldn't let me anywhere near them. He'd be lucky to win a Conference League. Nagelsmann, I mean, listen, they're calling him Bagelsman now after getting knocked out. Cody Mystified said, Vieira, give him 5 years from now, will be top tier again. At least he would rebuild that French connection that I feel like Mikel Arteta has kind of broken with his antics and his treatment of a lot of our young French players, man. No to Poch, says Clement. I wouldn't want Poch. I think the Tottenham thing would get in the way. The moment he had a bad run, fans would be against him. A name block said, Gooners are stupid. If LA Rams are not winning titles, the stadium will be empty. LA fans do not support losing teams. Stop going to the games. Said it so many times, people. Leave your seat empty. It's the only way you'll hit this club is hit the pocket. Simple as that. Only reason that Arsene Wenger was sacked because the money was affected. Once the money's affected, billionaires start to panic. Until we affect the money, nothing will change. Simple as that. Nothing will change. That is a great comment. That is a mic drop. I'm sure of that. Drew said, I had to take a break from Twitter. Those Arteta sexuals are delusional. Oh, man, listen. Smash the likes, people. 1K like target. People, I am out of here. Been on for an hour and 11 minutes. 2,000 of you in the chat. Lick down that like button on the way out. Unfortunately, no watch along tonight for Atletico Man City. My son's got football tonight. Daddy duties. It's Easter half term in England at the moment, so I've got to spend some time with the family. I'll be back tomorrow. Arsenal around 2 o'clock. We may do Europa League watch along tomorrow night. Obviously, we've got West Ham, Lyon, and Barcelona against Frankfurt. So maybe we'll do a joint watch along tomorrow. I may even do a Twitch stream this week where we watch that Granit Xhaka interview. Kev has said he's going to try and come on Friday. He said he's 50-50, but he said he's going to try and come on Friday. So that's going to be straight. The gloves are off business, people. So, yeah, that one's going to be serious. Therapy week by the sound of it. Yeah, for real. Big up everyone for tuning in. Thank you for your great interaction. Couldn't even keep on top of the comments at times. Appreciate all your support, interaction. And listen, good debate as well. Not everyone agrees, but let's talk. Let's, and find a solution. So big up to everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll be back tomorrow 2 p.m. and we'll probably do a Europa League watch along as well. This was Arsenal Therapy Extra. Enjoy your day, people, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bless.